Friends, lately this is the most common question in my personal account, and I can completely sort out how the MetaMask works and how to protect myself from possible blocking and loss of funds on it. And looking ahead, I will tell you that it's possible. The main thing is to understand how it all works. This will be the most useful video for anyone who enters the crypto today or is here. Let's start. I will try to decompose this story in as much details as possible and start from simple to complex. What is MetaMask? From the point of view of blockchain technologies, it's a kind of container of wallets, and it's more correct to call it a container, not a wallet. Why? I will tell you later. MetaMask can be installed in the browser as plugin extension or on mobile as a separate application. During installation, you will be asked to securely save your seed phrase, which in turn is the key to restoring this MetaMask on any device. Also, MetaMask can be installed at the same time on multiple devices. If you install it and recover using the phrase you saved earlier, you will make a clone of your MetaMask. At the same time, after entering this phrase, you will be promoted to enter password. The password for each clone of the MetaMask may be different, and deploying a new copy will not affect the old password, just each copy will have its own. Next, an important point is that within one MetaMask, you can create many wallets inside it. I heard that is about 1000 for one MetaMask, but this is not actually, as it can be changed by developers at any time. And when you add new ones, you sort to have another account available inside the MetaMask. It will also be available on any copy of your MetaMask. For example, if there are two accounts in your MetaMask on the computer and you recover on your mobile and see one, then when you click Add Account, the second account will automatically be pulled up exactly the same as on the computer. It should be understood that when adding a new account, only the native token of the network will be displayed. For example, BNB in the BIP20 network, and the rest of the tokens will not be displayed even if they are on the wallet. Each time they will need to be added manually by smart contract. But we have already described this in details in another video. I will leave the link in the description. If you lose your seed phrase, first of all, you will lose access to the MetaMask itself in the future. You will not be able to restore it or deploy a copy, and accordingly, you will not be able to access all the wallets inside it. And it's also fair to say that if a third part receives your seed phrase, then he will also have access to your wallets and all subsequent newly created ones. But this is not all the information that needs to be understood. If we talk about a MetaMask, it's like a container, then you need to understand what this container contains: wallets, and when creating a new one, it opens access to it, giving you a public key that you can see and pass to anyone if you want to get tokens for it, and a private key that is also available to you. It can be found in the MetaMask settings. Having it, you are no longer so afraid of blocking the MetaMask itself as a container. The wallet can be restored and added manually to any new container. Well, a few more conclusions follow from this. The first is that you can import a wallet using a private key into MetaMask. At the same time, it will not be displayed in MetaMask clones. It will have to be added to each clone of the MetaMask manually. Secondly, having private keys, it will be possible to restore wallets in another container. So, having a private key, we don't lose access to it even when the container is blocked. Third, the private key is full access and it needs to be stored in a safe place, and next to the seed phrase and for each wallet inside the container. Fourth, MetaMask is a third-party software, and your private keys are stored in it, which already means that a third party can have access to them. It can be a company developer or Trojan software that can pull out your password from the buffer, decrypt the seed phrase known it, and get full access to your wallets. Fifth, even if you have lost the seed phrase, but the application is installed and you have the password, you can copy the keys of all your wallets and add it to a new MetaMask container. And the sixth, I will not talk in detail now, but I will ask the essence. I think it will definitely come in handy for someone. Let's say you lost the password to the MetaMask, lost the keyboard, but the MetaMask itself is installed in the form of a plugin in the browser and you used it before. In this case, you can use password selection software, knowing its approximate length and the set of characters used. Quickly pick it up and restore the seed phrase. These return your wallet to yourself. Malicious software works according to this principle. Have this input and never put a questionable one on your computer. All sorts of bots and so on. I think we have understood the basic principles. and by taking the necessary information in the form of a key phrase from the Metamask and private keys from the wallets. By keeping them in safe place, we have secured ourselves from possible loss as much as possible. Now, let's talk about blocking the Metamask according to the Geo principle, about what everyone is asked about at the moment in the blocking news and how to avoid it or restore access if it has already happened. This is actually a very superficial way of the blocking, but they can restrict access this way. To begin with, I would recommend using a VPN. Firstly, it's not only security from blocking and part of the malicious impact on you as participants in network interaction, but also opportunities. Many social networks are blocked on both sides, and it doesn't matter by whom. It's important that you, as a consumer, lose opportunities. To do this, it's enough to pay about $100 once a year as a good VPN costs about a year and keep the opportunity to use all world services. And to avoid some of the possible blockings, primitives can attack. And of course, in the case of both Metamask and any other wallets and decentralized applications or games, to protect yourself and your funds from blocking. VPN can also be installed on mobile devices and even smart TV, and be out of these stories with locks. And it's very important to choose the right VPN, so that your Metamask is not stolen from by those guys who give the free VPN. And this is far from the only disadvantage of the free VPN. Knowing how everything works, I categorically don't advise using a free VPN. I will add some high-quality options to the description of this video. One of the features, when connecting with VPN, your geolocation on the side of the same Metamask will be turned according to the country you selected when connected. I prefer to choose Portugal. Not so popular, there are no prohibitions in crypto and a tax on investments in crypto. And if, after all, you didn't not follow the security rules, and your Metamask was blocked according to the Geo principle, and you didn't not save the private keys of the wallets in advance, what should you do? The issue is easily solved. As I said earlier, Metamask is a container software that manages wallets and transactions. When adding a network to it, we always specify the RPC management server, and if we talk about the Ether network, it's pre-registered in the Metamask, and if you look at which control server is specified here, then each of you will find mainnet.infura.io. This is a blockchain project development company, and it can just restrict access to your Metamask. And if it happened, as one of the solutions to the problem, specify another RPC server. For example, there is such a project, pokt.network. They do the same thing as Infura, and on their website there is an instruction on how to add the RPC to work in the right blockchain. For example, you can add the Ether network with their RPC directly to the Metamask, and access to your wallets will be restored. Similarly, for other networks, this is another round in the development of decentralization. Well, when creating a new Metamask and using it, use a VPN and choose a country that is not subject to blocking. If you have any questions, write in the comments. I will try to answer if possible. Thanks for watching and good luck.